This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Who is that?
I know.
I don't know who that is.
I introduced myself in the makeup room to this lovely human being. Erica, is it?
It is. It's Erica Cobb.
We missed you.
Got it.
How was it? You got Hawaii vibes coming out of you.
Yes. First of all, I want to thank DBL Nation for all of your concern and well wishes. I did take a break, and when I break, y'all know I break. So it was very nice. My husband and I went to Maui. We were there for 11, 12 days, which was beautiful, but I just want to remind everyone that the people of Maui are very much still in need. Lahaina hasn't even begun restoration, and it's important that if you're going to the island, that you also at least take some time for the other side of the island, like Lahaina, like Kapalua. Those people have lost most of the places we went to. Half of the staff there had lost their homes, so they really could use the support respectfully.
That's great to hear. Great to hear, and I'm glad to see you relaxed. Jeff, you relaxed? All right, welcome to DBL. It's another big night in Hollywood with the very nostalgic Emmy Awards, and we've got a full wrap of the big winners and all the fashion from last night. That's just in a bit. But first up, former President Trump easily won the Iowa caucuses last night by a record margin, getting more than 50% of the vote. Ron DeSantis came in a distant second, almost 30 percentage points behind Trump, with around 20% of the vote. And Nikki Haley finished a disappointing third, right behind DeSantis, with around 19%. So DBL Nation, we want to hear from you. Does this mean that Trump will win does this Trump win, mean he's on his way to a third straight GOP presidential nomination? And can any other Republican stop him? Yes? No? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Just so you know, we got 110,000 votes in Iowa. It is just Republicans, no Democrats going there. Jeff, you had to say something interesting about it in the meeting. I did. I think you spoke for a lot of people.
I know. I was laughing. Al makes me laugh. I don't really know what's happening. You know what I mean? I don't even know what a caucus is. You know, and I think a lot of people online are like, Trump caucus. Do you know what a caucus is? No, I don't know what a caucus is. Nobody knows what it is. But what it is 100,000 people voted. Not really a big deal in my eyes. From Iowa, I don't really get the pulse of the United States coming out of Iowa. No disrespect, but a lot of people are making a big deal out of this, like Trump is the next nominee. I don't know if Iowa is predicting the future, or the country is, right? So 49 more states still have to do their caucus, whatever that means,
like their
to
primary.
get the Republican candidate. I guess Joe Biden is going to be the Democratic candidate, so there is no caucus for.
Correct. There's nobody running against him.
I just learned this. I
think a lot of people feel like you do.
I think a lot of people pretend like they know what's happening in Israel and what caucuses, and they can't even point it out on the map.
Right.
Well, here's caucus. Right. They don't know if it's a state or what.
That's
so
fair.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know if this is a prediction of what's to come. I do believe Trump will be the Republican nominee, but
I think that's it.
I think I'm done.
Al, what do you think about what he says? And if you guys don't know, it is very old school. You literally get in a room and you literally write things on a piece of paper. What do you think about it?
Well, I think, Jeff, the way you look at this situation, you're like, I don't know what's going on. That's what they want. Coming out of Iowa, it's a very small selected base. Not only is it Republicans, but it's the Republicans that went out during probably the worst snowstorm we've had this year. So those are very motivated Republicans. But all you're going to hear on the news is Trump cleans up in Iowa. And remember, it's about perception more than reality. He did clean up, but at the same time, if you are a Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis supporter, that's also a way to suppress the vote. Because if you're like, Trump is cleaning the house with everybody, why am I going to leave my house to go vote for somebody else? Voter suppression is just as important, even when it's in an election just with Republicans. So I think just you, a regular American, hearing Trump cleaned up in Iowa, well, if you're going to vote for DeSantis, you're like, I'll go to Little League with my son instead.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting that you were asking these questions and saying like that it made no sense, because I'm not saying you're wrong. I agree with you that it makes no sense, but that's the way this world works. whether it's the caucus and they're going to a corner or putting a name on a sheet and deciding Iowa is going to be the tastemaker for this particular particular iteration, we do the same thing with social media. You know, like there's a very minority group of people who are either the tastemakers or are giving enough influence
The
out
curators,
there that everyone else kind of decides where they fall based on who this person is.
We just saw it with the mugs, the Stanley mugs.
Yep, every day.
And remember, they're called
every day.
They're called influencers for a reason. Let's get to the polls. 58% yes, somebody could stop Donald Trump. 42% of you say no. Interesting.
Are you saying I was the first influencer?
Kind of. You can't spell influencer without I. Coming up on DBL, we've got a full recap of last night's Emmys, including the big wins, best speeches, and of course, Christina Applegate's surprise appearance. Plus, Stephanie Jones will be here to give us her picks for best and worst dressed of the night.
I just called my boy. It was he was like, yeah.
So if you guys didn't know, in Iowa, I'm so sorry, we all talking?
No,
I'm so sorry.
We're just having a little business here.
Little business?
Yeah,
Do you want to finish?
No, we're good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're the Democrats in Iowa, you guys all stand in a room and they're like, okay, you hear from both, and they're like, do you want Al Jackson? And no joke, people like walk over to a corner and then stand in their corner. And some people are like, do you want Ira? And the other people will walk across the room and stand in this corner. And then sometimes there's like a tie, and you'll start yelling and convincing each other. And somebody from this group will be like, you know what? And will walk themselves back to this corner. It's super old school.
How big is this room?
It's a big like rec room.
Let me ask Al a question real fast. That was riveting. Al, how do you get voters excited to vote if it comes down to 5 states in the end? Do you know what I mean? It's really, the United States, its president is going to be decided by 5 states. All of them are either red or blue, and it's kind of already predetermined. How do you get people excited to go out in those states that are already predetermined and vote if it's already kind of decided?
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, you have to kind of sometimes scare those people. So if you're in a state that's almost always red, like Wyoming, you know, you would send out pamphlets saying, hey, abortion is a hot button issue. We finally got it passed. Don't be surprised to see a blue surge, so we all need to come out and vote. Same with California. They'll, you know, now California is a state that's always going to be blue for the I can't imagine. But you still have small pockets of that place of California, Bakersfield, that are very red, Orange County, red districts.
Right.
So you motivate them to say, hey.
Welcome back to DBL. Let's talk about the Emmys last night, the biggest winners of the evening.
Was it me?
It was not you.
Oh.
Yet.
Yet. Succession, boom, boom, which won 6 awards, including Best Drama Series. The Bear also took home 6 awards and won for Best Comedy Series. Love that. And of course, for Best Victory Kiss of the Evening. And Beef won 5 awards, including for its 2 main actors and for Best Limited or Anthology Series or Movie. Let's take a look at some of the acceptance speeches from the winners.
I want to say thank you to Danny for teaching me that judgment and shame is a lonely place, but compassion and grace is where we can all meet.
This is a show about family and found family and real family. And my parents are here tonight. Probably not like a dream to emigrate to this country and have your child be like, I want to do improv, but you're real ones.
My beautiful wife, Jazz, thank you for sharing your life with me and for giving me 2 amazing kids. And Jazz, I want more. You said You said maybe if I win.
Oh, one of the most emotional moments of the evening was right off the start. Oh, made me cry. When Christina Applegate, who has MS, took the stage, the audience gave her a huge standing ovation, which of course she had to take a joke about. Take a look.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. You're totally shaming me with disability by standing up. It's fine. Okay. Body, not by Ozempic. Okay, let's go.
So what did y'all think of seeing an emotional Christina Applegate last night? And was anyone surprised by any of the winners? I didn't know that Better Call Saul never won one.
I was shocked by that.
I was shocked by that. But anyone surprised by anything?
I was surprised by how funny Christina Applegate was and how she started off the award ceremony and how I hope that we remember this, Jeff, Erica, and Tori, that, you know, people handle grief and barriers differently. Yep. And she could have come out and given an emotional speech and shouted out her physical therapist. But some people, like myself, handle the worst situations with jokes. And she kind of let everybody relax because we're all looking at her and we remember her as Kelly Bundy. And we're kind of feeling sorry for her as, you know, not to be patronizing, but of course, I don't want you to go through MS. But her just being like, I'm all right, let's do this show, I think was, Erica, such a great way to kick the night off.
No, I agree. You know, people have a lot to say when it comes to award shows, and some people feel like it's like self-aggrandizing and, you know, all of these different things. This is a community of people, and whether they are famous or you've known them for, you know, been in your homes for the past 30 years, they're people. And people go through things, and you develop together, and you lose and you win together. And I think what we sometimes miss when it comes to award season are people who are like, hey, I auditioned with Tori 20 years ago, and now we're walking the carpet together.
For sure.
And I'm really happy to see her.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
like, so we kind of miss those moments.
Yeah.
We miss that narrative.
And I thought they did a great job with having like the old pictures show up. Like Christina's like, this is my first role when I was a baby, and they'd have personal pictures up there. Really nice to see. Well, last night was the 75th Emmys, and they celebrated by looking back at 75 years of TV, packing the show with all sorts of nostalgic reunions. My favorite part of the show. So they had Ted Danson, Kelsey Grammer, Rhea Perlman, and more. They brought us all back to the Cheers bar. Of course, Norm, where everyone knows your name. Rob Reiner and Sally Struthers talked about Norman Lear's ability to stir the pot on the set of All in the Family. Tisha Campbell, Martin Lawrence, Tashina Arnold, and Carl Anthony Payne. The second had a Martin reunion. And from The Sopranos, Lorraine Bracco and Michael Imperioli brought us inside Tony Soprano's therapy office. The stars of Ally McBeal all danced together again from their gender-inclusive bathroom. And finally, ahead of their 20th season, stars from Grey's Anatomy took the stage, including Ellen Pompeo and, surprisingly, Katherine Heigl. So, nostalgia, Jeff. What do we think?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I did love it. And shout out to Carl Anthony. What's Carl Anthony? I forget the second.
I almost said Towns.
He looks. I would have said Towns too. That's why I passed it.
Payne.
He looks exactly Payne. He looks exactly the same. Was in his character. He's ready for a reboot.
Yes.
He's ready for a reboot. It was fun to see Martin up there. But all of them, I was watching with my wife. I'm like, oh, remember All in the Family? What?
Oh, really?
Remember this show? What? The Sopranos, the cast. I never watched it. What? I was like, are we married? What is happening here?
Wow.
So it's very nostalgic for me to watch.
How old is your wife?
8 years younger than me. But she's not interested in like the Hollywood lifestyle at all, which is kind of nice.
I get it, but that 8 years.
It's a gap.
Like, that's the difference between me and my siblings. Like, it's like, did we not grow up in the same household?
Yeah, it's
very
crazy.
strange.
They say a
seeing all the old
generation's
people.
5 years, though,
Yeah.
right? So, like, yeah, you're pushing almost 2 there, buddy.
It's
Two generations
crazy,
apart. Coming up on DBL, Stephanie Jones joins us to break down all the fashion at the Emmys, from the red hot looks to the more, how do you say, unusual outfits. We'll be talking about it coming up next.
Walking outside to a car covered in ice or snow usually means putting on some gloves, pulling out your trusty ice scraper, and taking time to clear the mess, so you don't put other cars at risk, like this guy. Many people have shared at-home tricks they use to clear snow or ice from their car faster on social media. Using these sources, here are 3 things we verified you should not use to de-ice your car. No-no number 1, using hot water or homemade solutions. Pouring hot water over snow or ice might seem like an efficient way to melt the mess away, but according to the Rochester Mazda car dealership, the sudden temperature change could crack your windshield. And as for those homemade solutions, like mixing water with ammonia or vinegar, a AAA spokesperson says using any chemical solution that is not manufactured for snow removal on cars could also create small cracks and craters in the windshield, making it unsafe to drive. And they could damage your car's paint too. Next up, using the wrong tools. 1A Auto, an auto repair company, says to never use a shovel to clear snow off your car because many shovels have a metal blade or other sharp edge that will scratch your car's paint. So, what about a broom? 1A Auto says if the bristles are stiffer than a regular snow brush, that can also damage the paint. And finally, using your windshield wipers. Anco Wipers, a blade manufacturer, says making your wipers do the heavy lifting could tear the blades, making them less effective. They also say you shouldn't snap the blades to get ice or snow off. If the spring is tight enough, it can cause the wiper to crack the glass in your windshield. So, now that you know what not to do yourself a favor and find your ice scraper or snow brush before a storm hits. And be kind to your wipers. Use your defrosters to melt ice away on your windshield. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
Welcome back to the DBL. I said it again.
The DBL.
The DBL.
Technically, that's right.
It's a little more formal. Pop that collar. All right. The Emmys traded in the typical red carpet for a silver one, and Steph is here to give us her take on the best and worst dressed of the night. Steph, who wore it best?
There were so many of them. I hope you guys are ready for this massive list. Iowa Debris looked stunning in this 3D molded Louis Vuitton leather dress. Look at that peplum action. I cannot get enough. Oh, it's sensational. And the man of the award season was Coleman Domingo. He
This man.
Every red carpet
Amazing.
just looks better and better, also in Louis Vuitton. I love the jewelry. He brings it with the jewelry.
I love the
pearls,
pendant.
the
You would look in that
brooch.
out.
It's become his signature look, and he just looks amazing. And then Jenna Ortega in a T-length, which is very popular at the minute, structured floral Dior gown, super elegant. Niecy Nash Betts gave us some old school Hollywood glamour in this black hourglass velvet gown and gloves.
That was my look of the night.
Gorgeous,
Who
gorgeous.
was the designer on that?
I don't know. Oh, it was Greta Constantine.
Oh.
You just pulled that out of your pocket?
I did,
Good
yes.
for you.
I thought it was fabulous. She looks amazing. Speaking of old Hollywood glam, Taraji P. Henson slayed in purple. Issa Rae, a cape-style dress with detailed pearls, sequins, and feathers. This is giving bedazzled drama. I mean, I just can't get enough of it. Stunning. As for trends, red reigned supreme. So we've got Katherine Heigl made her return to the silver carpet after a decade.
Dad loves her.
This was Versace looking gorgeous. Nareem Aqua gown. And then we've got Emmy winner Sarah Snook wearing Vivienne Westwood, paired with a bit of Cartier, as you do. White Lotus star Megan Fahey took a sleek approach with a
is so pretty.
crimson
I
red
love that look.
Armani gown.
Great dress.
Stunning.
Great actress.
Wow.
Juliette Lewis had a bit of the old sequins. Looking great with a little bow at the neck.
Steph, what's with the red theme? Why
This
it
is like a trending section, Jeff. So this is like everyone who's rocking red.
Red's the color.
It's the colour.
Okay.
Like Suki Waterhouse, she showed off her baby bump in Valentino. This is giving serious, like it reminds me of Rihanna at the Super Bowl last year.
yes,
It's like
okay.
making a huge moment. I love it. And then Selena Gomez wore a gorgeous deep plum.
Yeah, my husband liked this one.
Wrapless gown.
Oh, yeah.
Hooked it in all the right places.
Sure did.
Oh yes, I bet.
Yeah.
Amazing. But not everyone was a fashion winner. I actually feel bad about these because I think they don't look as bad. But Hannah Waddington, she's got a very classic style, but we see it in the same dress over and over. I don't know. I just wanted to mix it up a little. She looks
No,
gorgeous.
but she knows what she likes. That it's the hips.
It accentuates
Put
her
on
body
red,
type.
stupid.
Yes.
And it was the same over and over.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Kourtney Kardashian, Travis Barker, same old,
Ew.
black, basic, giving a bit of PDA, a bit of tongue action.
It was gross.
So yeah, that was
Stop it. They're fine.
And then Ali Wong was my favourite from the Golden Globes the other day, but this Louis Vuitton, it's like a bit of a mishmash. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't love
It's
that.
not the best. And the jury is out on these next two. So Clarissa Flockhart.
Oh,
was in
Callista's the best.
Yeah, Callista, that's it. Giorgio Armani Privé. Not sure.
I want to hate it, but I like it.
It's so her though.
Yeah.
Like she's always had that like avant-garde, like quirky.
It's a bit different.
It is different.
That T-length, though, is back.
And
huh?
T-length is huge.
Yeah.
And then Aubrey Plaza. I love this, but some people hate it. Powder yellow,
I don't
a
like it.
giant dressmaker's pin above the chest. It's so weird. It's so odd, but that's what makes it so Aubrey.
Yeah,
She's just weird.
A lot of people did memes on it. I think she was almost doing it from the memes. You know what I mean?
It looks like it's there for a green
meme.
screen for you
Yeah.
to write or put whatever
Like
you
a
want.
I
post-it.
kind of love it.
Yeah.
It's so odd.
I think anywhere but the Emmys. It seems like something like you would wear to the Met, maybe.
You know what?
I
Someone
could
wrote?
imagine it 100% at the Met,
Yeah.
actually.
Someone wrote on it, I'm sorry, I can't, I try. You know, from Berger from Sex and the City, like on a post-it note.
Oh, that's
and I just
funny.
felt like that was a TV moment. Maybe that's what she was kind of going for. But yeah, great
She's
job.
just so weird that anything she
awesome.
does, I love it.
Me too. She is
take
weird.
it.
I love it. You're not, though, and you're amazing. Thank you for that. We'll be right back.
How can you protect your home or rental property from visitors who were never invited or just overstayed their welcome? A WCNC viewer sent us this question. Is it illegal to kick a squatter out of a rental property? So let's verify. Our sources are the North Carolina court system and attorney Gary Monty. First, what is squatting? Monty says it's when someone takes up residence in an abandoned building or unoccupied area, usually residential, that the squatter does not own. Plain and simple, Monty says a squatter is someone who is trespassing, and because of this, you can kick them off your property.
Because the squatter is a trespasser, you can call the police or you can go down to the magistrate and swear out a trespasser warrant.
It gets a little tricky, Monty says, when the person on your property has a lease, either written or verbal.
You do have to go down to the courthouse in that case and file what's called a complaint in summary ejectment. Normally, these things end up in small claims court.
The North Carolina court system says a landlord can kick out a tenant who has not paid rent or if the tenant has violated a condition of the lease or the lease term has ended. So what about the phrase squatter's rights? Monty says there are cases where squatters have stayed more than 20 years, which in North Carolina allows them to file an adverse possession claim, an effort to take ownership of the property.
But yes, if you've been on someone's property for a long enough period of time and you're occupying it as if it's your own, then yes, you could have a legal proceeding that would end up titling the property to you.
That's why Monty says it's important for people to keep a close eye on who is on your property.
That's another reason that if you have a trespasser on your property, that it does behoove you to do something about it.
So we can verify that no, it is not illegal to kick a squatter out of your rental property or any other property you own. But if you wait too long, the squatter could end up taking the property from you. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Did you get a postcard or email about a Verizon Wireless class action settlement? You're not alone. Several Reddit users posted notices they received that claim they're eligible to get up to $100, and they want to know if they're legit. So let's verify. Our sources are court documents in the Esposito v. Cellco partnership lawsuit and Verizon Wireless. In November 2023, customers filed a class action lawsuit against Verizon, accusing the wireless company of tacking on an administrative fee to their bills without first disclosing the charge. The case was quickly settled, with Verizon agreeing to pay up to $100 for each eligible customer while admitting no wrongdoing. Settlement administrators say they're sending postcards or emails to people who paid an administrative fee between January 1st, 2016 and November 8th, 2023. If you think you're eligible and didn't receive an email or postcard, then you can visit VerizonAdministrativeChargeSettlement.com to contact a claims administrator. So, yes, the Verizon class action settlement notifications are real. Verizon tells Verify it will continue to charge the administration fee at the center of the lawsuit, but plans to better disclose it to customers. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out. Steph, what do you have for us today?
Let's check everything out like this. The Cortex Beauty Air Glider 2-in-1 Cool Air Flat Iron and Curler.
Ooh.
The Air Glider is a new innovative styling tool that you can use to straighten or curl your hair. Normally, this is $250.
Whoa.
Remember, there's two tools in one here.
That's true.
But we've got it for $34.99. That's saving 86%.
That's a steal. And you do two things, like you said. That takes care of everything when you're traveling.
Keeping on the beauty trend today, Tori, we've got the Crabtree and Evelyn 4-piece Evelyn Rose skincare set.
Look at that.
This best-selling collection brings together hydrating skincare, texture-transforming formulas, and their signature Rose with Attitude fragrance.
Ooh.
Normally, it's $94. We've got it for $15.
What?
That's saving 84%.
There's a theme here. Everything's a steal.
Now, this is very, very handy, Tori. It's the Sunbeam Automatic Blood Pressure Monitor with voice broadcast.
Oh, I love this.
Blood pressure monitor announces easy-to-understand, clinically tested, accurate results out loud.
Wow.
And you can also read the results clearly on the large backlit LCD display. Normally, this is $50. We've got it for $22.99. That's saving 54%.
This is a literal lifesaver.
Look at this.
Cute.
Isn't it beautiful?
Wow.
It's the Jenny Chan 3-piece hard side luggage set.
Wow.
There are spinner wheels for smooth maneuvering, protective corner guards, expansion for extra packing capacity, and so much more.
Wow.
Normally, that's $800.
I mean, yeah.
We have got it for $149.99. That's saving 81%.
So easy to spot at the airport, and I can be honest, the spinner wheels will save you. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or just scan that QR code on screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Steph, thank you so much. We love sharing your comments, and Gigi wrote in, Joan Collins looked great on the red carpet. She was 90 years old.
Oh my
We Googled
goodness.
that yesterday when we were watching. I was like, how old is she?
She is 90.
Stop.
Didn't we just have her on the show?
Yes, we did interview Dame Joan Collins from
Yes.
Dynasty. We also have Marla Gibbs at 92.
She was great. She
who
was
walked
funny.
the red carpet as well.
It was a hot girl Emmys, okay?
It was. It really was. Everyone looked fabulous.
Yeah, this
And
was
we would have looked great on that carpet too.
one of
All of us there.
Yeah.
For our daytime show, which we will win.
We'll
There we
wait
go.
for a daytime Emmys.
Thank you so much, Manifester. We will look great. And
really quick, your favorite reunion.
I liked Cheers when Norm walked in and the whole audience was like, Norm! That was nice. I'd like to see that. Anyone else? Not enough
Martin,
time.
definitely,
Martin was good.
yeah.
See you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, guys.